why are the elites pumping so much money? I mean, this super PAC, which is largely funded by Wall Street and Silicon Valley, has pumped staggering amounts of money into the Biden campaign because they know that Biden has, throughout his entire political career, served the interests of the elites. And you're right. I mean, remember, we got sold that garbage when George W. Bush ran, that he was a nice guy and the kind of guy you would want to have a beer with. And these are just manufactured personalities. I mean, Biden himself, by the way, and I know people who know him, is phenomenally arrogant and full of himself and an intellectual lightweight and has no moral core. But you go back and look at the appalling record, which, of course, is not being discussed by the Democratic Party. This is the person who took down Anita Hill. I mean, they never talk about Biden supporting Supreme Court justices because, first of all, Biden was picked by Obama because basically he was a Republican. He voted as a Republican. But this was the great champion of Clarence Thomas and Anton Scalia, two of the worst modern Supreme Court justices that have sat on the bench. So he rips apart Anita Hill. This courageous woman who takes on her abuser. He is one of the principal architects of the invasion of Iraq. He is a stalwart supporter of the apartheid state in Israel. He, along with the Democratic Party hierarchy, has engineered and supports the wholesale surveillance of the public by government intelligence agencies. He was behind, along with Clinton, the destruction of welfare. And under our old welfare system, 70% of the original recipients were children. He has called repeatedly for cuts to Social Security. He was one of the architects of NAFTA, the greatest betrayal of the working class in this country since the 1947 Taft-Hartley Act. He has been behind all the free trade deals, deindustrialization, the real decline in wages, which have resulted, of course, in the loss of hundreds of thousands of good-paying manufacturing jobs, and then the lifting of tariffs so that workers in sweatshops in Mexico and China and Vietnam can produce products that are shipped back and then sold to us. He's been an enemy, and the Obama administration with Arne Duncan was a huge proponent of charter schools. It's not just Betsy DeVos. He is behind the 1994 Omnibus Crime Bill, which doubled our prison population, tripled and quadrupled sentences. Huge, which he used to brag about, by the way, huge expansion of crimes that merit the death penalty. And then, of course, the whole militarization of police. He has said he won't support the Green New Deal. He doesn't support immigration reform. He supports fracking. He's never been good in his voting record on women's right to abortion, reproductive rights. He's a segregationist, longtime opponent of busing, and had close relationships with the worst segregationists in the Congress. Student debt, and then, of course, as you mentioned, the whole for-profit, and also deregulating the banking industry with Glass-Steagall, but then the whole for-profit health system, which is the reason our pandemic is we can't control, because we don't have a health system that's built to control. It's built to make money. It doesn't stockpile vaccines or protective gear or ventilators or anything else because you don't make money in it. What they've done is strip communities of hospitals, drastically reduce the numbers of hospital beds, ratcheted up the cost of health care. This is all Biden.